Hello, good afternoon, happy Sunday, Merry Christmas, and everything that we missed in the last couple of weeks. My name is Monique Robinson. I am the proud founder of A Better Chance for You Futures Incorporated. Today, I have three very important guests who will share their stories. I have on the daichiki today, but I probably should be wearing my Wilberforce stuff because it's raining Wilberforceans today. So, I would like my guests to come on and they will introduce themselves. Starting with Robin, going to introduce themselves, tell their success story, and then we will talk about our topic for today.
Okay. Hello. Hi, everybody. My name is Robin Goods, and went to Wilberforce University. And from Wilberforce, I graduated with a psychology degree. From there, I went on to GCU, which is Grand Canyon University, where I received my master's in science of in professional counseling. And yeah, that's all I got going on right now. That's a little bit about me.
And we will
Hi, go ahead.
go ahead, Stephen.
Hi, this is Stephen Williams. I graduated from Wilberforce with a political science degree. I went off to Bowling Green State University and received my master's in political science public administration. And I also received a certificate as a paralegal from Capital University Law School. I do some freelance paralegal work, and I also work in retail.
And our last guest.
Hey everybody, my name is Mr. TJ or Titus Haig. I am a Wilberforce graduate. I took the long route. You know, most folks get done in 4 years, 5 years. I took six and a half, but so be it. Long as I graduate, right? Uh,
That's right.
After getting my undergraduate in rehabilitation and mental health from Wilberforce University, I then attended Antioch Midwest, Antioch McGregor Midwest, and got my certification in special education intervention specialist for mild to moderate. Then I turned around and got my master's from Antioch University, or Antioch McGregor Midwest, and educational leadership. And I don't ever want to be a principal, but that's me. That's what I do. I've been teaching for the last almost 20 years, so 18 years. So that's
Wow.
me.
Awesome.
All
So,
right.
I'm sorry, I sitting there doing behind the scenes. We have gathered all of these great guests here today because they have something in common. And I am one of those type of learners that I can't tell you how to feel something unless I've actually experienced it. So,
Right.
first, I want to say congratulations to all of my guests today because they have conquered something. And, I'll let you hear their story. Um, but they all have conquered something and they all mean, a lot to me. Like Steven and I go back to middle school.
Yeah.
Robin and I came into Wilberforce in 95 together.
Mhm.
TJ and I have traveled from sea to shining sea, literally, as Wilberforce University choir members. So I don't know. You can go in any order that you want, and just tell our guests what you conquered because I know it would definitely help someone, and hearing your story actually helped me.
Who
Well,
wants to
I'd
start?
like to make sure that I let everybody know that uh, I am 100% your non-traditional student. I graduated from Highland High School in Anderson, Indiana in 1995. Uh, Went directly to Ball State University and was kicked out of Ball State University due to terrible grades directly after the first quarter.
Wow.
After that first semester, uh, I had a 0.316 GPA,
Mm.
and my daddy was about to kill me because I wasted his money. And he's a veteran, so due to Ball State, I only had to pay a small amount of money, but he had to pay cash. Wasn't no loans or nothing. I really wasted his money for a whole semester. And then praise God, I was about to go to the military, go someplace else because I was getting out of his house, and Wilberforce accepted me. So Wilberforce
Mm.
accepted me. I took my education way more seriously than I did prior. But I started off that first semester with like a 2.2. The following semester got a 2.8. The following semester got a 3.8. The following semester got a 4.0. Then I crossed Sigma. And then the GPA went down a little bit. But the end of the success story is that I graduated school with a 2.8 overall and a 3.5 in my major, a rehab mental health. So all because it doesn't work one place doesn't mean that one place is for you. I found out that I needed uh, to be a big fish in a small pond. At Ball State, I was one of like 60,000 students. At Wilberforce, I was one of maybe 1,000 students.
Mhm.
And I needed that one-on-one attention. And I would say the most important thing about your educational journey is figure out what you want and the best place for you to get it. That's all I have to say about that.
I know this is we're among family, so I already know this is going to be an interesting hour. um, did anyone else want to share their collegiate experience before we discuss our topic for today?
Well, I can share mine.
Okay.
So mine was kind of similar. When I graduated from high school, I got a job at General Motors, and I was making $20 an hour. So I didn't really want to go to school. That wasn't my thing. But my mom was like, "You need to get an education because they can't take that away from you." She kept
Mhm.
saying that and saying that. So she took me to Allen AME. Monique should know about Allen AME.
Yes.
We went there. I was not going to nobody's school. I hadn't put an application in. By the end of the time I left there, I had applied for Wilberforce and got accepted into the WISE program, and was ready
Mhm.
to go to school. So that was my untraditional experience with college. When I got to Wilberforce, I was smoking weed. I was hanging out. I wasn't doing a lot of classwork. So I wound up having like a 2.2 GPA or something like that. I got a little more serious, started doing my work. By the time I left Wilberforce, I had like a 2.6 average. And my major had like a 3.0. Then I went over to Bowling Green State University, which I carried at least a 3.6 GPA every semester that I was there. I went to my paralegal studies, and I also got 3.8 from there. So that was my educational experience.
Awesome. And Robin, you want to tell your educational journey, or you?
No, I could talk about it. For me, mine was totally different. I didn't have a choice. My mom was, you gonna go to school, you got to go with your education. So Wilberforce was where I wanted to actually go. So when I got accepted to Wilberforce, that was the main school that I wanted to go to. So I was ecstatic. Um, my experience at Wilberforce, amazing. I mean, it was fun. I mean, everything. I don't know. I mean, all I could say is that it was truly, really, really amazing. I learned and met so many wonderful people, people that I'm still cool with to this very day. So, I mean, my situation was totally different. I didn't have a choice. My mom was like, "You going to college? I don't care. You got to go." So, I picked Wilberforce, and Wilberforce picked me, and it was the best experience for me, and grateful, glad. I was also in the WISE program as well. I didn't want to go to the WISE program because once I graduated from high school, you had to immediately go to the WISE program, and I didn't
Yes.
want to go, but that was one of the best programs that I could have actually been accepted into. And the WISE program only accepted like 50 people. Um, to be in the program before school actually started. So but it was good. It gave you an opportunity to get to know the campus, get to know 49 other people, meet some of the professors. It was just an amazing experience. So when I came back in August, I already knew, about the campus. So I wasn't that nervous freshman that most freshmen are, when they're coming in because I had already been on campus. So, but Wilberforce has been a blessing, and my whole entire time there was amazing.
Well, thank you everyone for sharing your collegiate journey. I've learned some things even beforehand about you all that I didn't know when we were on campus together. But
It's
that's all.
always the background story, isn't it?
Definitely,
Absolutely.
definitely. Well, as we're talking about different things that are going on, and I know I probably wouldn't survive if I had to go to Wilberforce during this pandemic time. Um,
I know I
the
wouldn't.
Uh-uh.
definitely
Nope.
would.
Mm-mm. I can't imagine.
They kicked me out because I wouldn't pay any attention to any rules about 6 feet and social distancing.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. I can't imagine seeing Dr. Situ. Nah.
Right.
Zooming every day with her? No.
Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
That would have been a long.
Nope.
Oh God, especially when we were virtual. I love her, but Jesus, that class.
Y'all can do
Actually,
virtual
Exactly.
learning.
I would love to have had her lectures on tape so I could get them back, run them back and
That's
see what I
true.
missed.
That's
Yeah.
true. That part is true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But so
I can do the I can do the virtual learning though. That's just not me.
Yeah.
well, as mentioned earlier when I was doing the introductions, the three of you, I am just so like lost for words, which is usually non-existence for me. But to know that all you all three together have conquered something that not too many people have. I mean, just being really transparent with you, I've lost a lot of family members, friends, some colleagues to COVID-19. And, some people are still struggling. And, just to know that I have friends that have survived. Um, I just want you to share that with people that are watching, give them hope because I still have some family members that are facing it now. And maybe you can shed light on what to do and what not to do.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you brought this up because
Mhm.
I feel like I'm the outlier. I was the luckiest person ever in America to catch COVID
Hmm.
because I was asymptomatic. Only thing that happened to
Oh,
me symptom wise was that I couldn't taste and I couldn't smell. My smell is still jacked up. And this was like 30 days ago, you
Mm.
know, when I was done with my 14-day quarantine was 30 days ago. But
hmm.
for me, I was 100% chilling and it was crazy. I went to church where there were 10 people there and we all socially distanced. I mean, nobody was within 10 feet of each other. But somehow, they say for 15 minutes, we were within 10 feet of each other for an hour. Within this hour of service that was being recorded and I'm running the sound for and everything else, I got it, Pastor got it, the other lady in praise and worship got it, two ministers got it, and one of the musicians got it,
Mm.
all in 1 hour, and everybody's 10 feet apart. I guess like maybe we all touched the door handle and that's how we got it on the way in church. So I say that to say that, don't worry about placing blame on people. If you're going to get it, you're going to get it. Just, do the right thing once you think you've been exposed.
Mhm.
Because I just came from my son's basketball game and this is their third game of the season. It's supposed to be number 10. But other teams haven't been doing right when somebody gets exposed by, sending them directly home or, doing that 14 days or taking the test. And then until you're cleared by a test, you stay home. So please, please, please do your part and quarantine yourself whenever you're exposed. Because like I said, I was fortunate enough that nothing physically had happened to me, but
Mhm.
the way it got spread was the thing that was crazy. Like the lady who was already we did the tracing, whatever, the contact tracing. She got exposed at work on Friday. Her boss calls her Sunday night. She calls everybody at church. We all go get checked that
Mm.
Monday and come back. We all got it,
Yeah.
you
Mm.
know.
Hmm.
But my wife
Mhm.
got it from me, but my kids didn't get it.
Mm.
So, because once we found out we had it, we did as much as we possibly could to social distance. And I got a 7-year-old, so I got a little kid that's always crawling on my lap, daddy, 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 and she couldn't jump on my lap. She couldn't hang out with daddy for a week and a half. So 10 days I was no longer contagious. She could hang out with me, and 14 days I could leave the house again. You know.
Wow.
Thank you for sharing. That's a lot. I didn't put in the mind that I forgot you had the 7-year-old. That would be a lot for a child to not be able to do her norm, especially she's a daddy's girl. So that
Right.
would
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's rough. Anyone else want to share their experience with COVID?
I can share mine next.
Okay.
So mine is a little different. I actually got COVID before they called it the COVID. I had the advanced influenza or flu.
Mm-hmm.
This happened last year, November like 25th around Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Myself and my boyfriend's mother both got it. It took us down very quick. Like we couldn't breathe. We were very fatigued. I had two jobs at the time. I was working at a law firm and I was working in retail. Had to call off work a lot. I posted on my Facebook page, Mo, that picture that I posted. That's when I was actually in the hospital. Did you
Wow.
notice that I had the ventilator stuff on and he had a mask on? When they placed me in a room, I was in a single room by myself where people had to be checked to come in. They had to wear a mask.
Mm.
The workers wore masks, but nobody knew what was going
What
on.
was called? Yeah.
So they said. So I had COVID all the way from Thanksgiving
Wow.
to January 9th of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
No social distancing because they wasn't telling us nothing about it. We didn't know it existed. I went to urgent care 3 times. They gave me everything you could give for a flu and never did anything. Um, they virtually just told me, "Well, just leave the hospital because we don't know what else to do."
Mm.
So that was my story with the COVID. So thank God that I survived because no one knew what it was. You know,
Mm.
I was laying in my bed suffering in silence, basically.
Mm-hmm.
My boyfriend is, I believe he's asymptomatic like you are, TJ, because he was around me and his mother never got sick.
Wow.
Wow.
hmm
That's crazy.
So it was crazy because you don't know what's going on in your body. You don't know why you feeling like this. Like it felt like bricks was sitting on my shoulders. Like
Mm.
couldn't do nothing. I was, in the house for like a whole 14 days where I couldn't even get out the bed. If I tried to go to the bathroom, I almost had to get assistance to go to the bathroom.
Mm.
So yeah, my experience was horrible. But thank God that he kept me protected because we're not even talking about them talking about it was COVID. This wasn't until February when they started talking about it was COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the COVID before it was called the COVID.
Oh wow.
Mm.
That's
And I
crazy.
didn't even realize that. I remember looking at the pictures, but I didn't process that that's what was going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people didn't. I didn't realize it either in the time because you in it, you don't know what's going on. But when I look at the memory for a year today, that's when I went to the hospital. I didn't
Wow.
go to the hospital right away because I thought it was just the flu and I could just shake it off or whatever. You get your orange juice, you get your,
Yeah.
Z pack, you get the stuff that you do for flu.
Mm.
I took all of that stuff. It didn't do nothing,
Nothing.
not one thing.
Wow.
It's
That's
crazy.
It's good, but it's scary though. It was scary
Mm-hmm.
because if I had died, they would have said I died from something else. They wouldn't have
Right.
said it was the COVID.
mm-hmm.
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 And that's crazy when you think about that because how many Americans were having advanced influenza from November,
November.
December,
Yep.
Yep.
January, and then they admit that it's in America in February.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people. A
And
lot of
TJ,
people.
the thing was that I've run into a lot of people with that same story. People I work with, because again, I was telling Monique and then we was joking about it, but it's very serious. I work in retail. These people are in the store. They don't care. They ain't got a mask
Mhm.
on. They got it halfway on their face. They
Mm,
all in your personal space. So I don't know
Mhm.
where I got it from. Honestly,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
true.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, I can share my story next. Um, I mine's happened in this summer actually,
Mhm.
in July. And so for me, and piggybacking off of what TJ said, you really don't know where you're getting it from. You really don't know. Um, Going about my day, feeling fine, everything is okay, and then boom, out of nowhere, um, it took me down. I mean, when I say that it took me down, I was down from July 14th until August 7th,
Wow.
and
Mm.
sick. I mean, sick from having the chills to having, what was it? Chills. It was um, the soreness, constant. I mean, constant. No break.
Mm.
Um, Constant pain, constant body aches. Then from the body aches to the chills. Then from the chills, it went to the coughing. And then to be honest with you, like I said, I got COVID in July. My cough really did not go away until October.
Mm.
It was very lasting. It was long. I had to go to the doctor a couple times about my cough, and I still have a cough to this day, but nothing like I had from July until October. And it was horrible. You know, you are really confined to your home. You know, you're by yourself. People, are generous. Family, friends are amazing to come drop off stuff, but you are legit by yourself. You're not, you can't go around people, because you don't know where you're getting it from. And like TJ said, I mean, it spread so quick, and I think that's what a lot of people don't understand. You have to wear your mask, because it legit spreads quick, and you really don't know how you're getting it. You don't know. It could be a cough, it could be touching the door handle, it could be anything. um COVID is real,
Mm.
and we are all grateful to be able to sit here and say, I'm doing good, or I made it out, because so many people haven't. um but COVID is no joke. I mean, it was no joke. I mean, when I say, from the body aches to the chills to the coughing, and then, sometimes not even being able to taste the food that I'm eating, all that stuff is happening, while you're by yourself and while you're going through all these different things. It's crazy. Um, I am blessed that I didn't have to go to the hospital, or to be put on a vent, even once, because I was one of those people that, in July, that's when the numbers and stuff was going up. So when I was testing for it, it took a whole week for my results to come back. And so because it took so long, and my cough was just horrible, by the time my results came back, my doctor was like, you need to go and check yourself into the hospital, because I think you might have pneumonia. And I'm like, I'm not going to no hospital. They're not about to keep me. No, I'm good.
Right.
And
Mm-mm.
my doctor was like, you don't have a choice. Do you need me to call ahead? Like, what is it that you need me to do? But the fear of going to an actual hospital, and then that they might keep me, it was
Mhm.
too much for me. But I had to do it anyway, because, my doctor was just like, you sound horrible. I was grateful. My breathing was always good, but my cough was horrible. It was bad. It was really, really bad. But
Mm.
thank God I didn't have pneumonia, and I was able to, come back home. But it's just, yeah, COVID is no joke.
Wow. That all three of your stories are like, oh my God. Robin, I didn't know that you was dealing with that alone. So that put my mind in a whole different like aspect of things where you're going through the coughing, the chills.
Hmm.
Um, TJ, as much as I like to sing and hearing you, because the praise team, most churches are virtual, but the praise team still has to attend.
Right.
And
Yes, ma'am.
as much as Like I said, much as I love to sing, I have not. When I say I have not been on any praise team of any sort because of my fears. I mean, yes, we believe in God. We believe that things are, work out. But I have asthma really bad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's some things in some places I just can't go.
Hmm.
And God gave
Um,
you common sense.
Yes.
Okay,
For real.
that's
that's
the
true.
fact.
For real.
God gave you common sense.
That's
That's
true.
why
Now
you stay at home.
I do. I follow the rules this time.
But
Mhm.
that's the thing that's so crazy is that common sense is not that common
Yep.
That's
because you
True.
true.
get,
That is true.
cabin
So,
fever is true. It is real.
Hmm.
You get
hmm
Hmm.
cabin fever, you get sick of sitting around the house, especially like with us having kids that had to run in the house. We're just in one room. You know,
Hmm.
we would
Ooh.
like, hey, y'all go downstairs to the basement and we go cook. And then we
Mhm.
sterilize everything we touch. Y'all come upstairs, your plate's ready, you know. And the
Oh wow.
14-year-old was mad because he had to like feed the little ones, make sure they did all the stuff they're supposed to do. And we had to
Man.
do all our rest of that stuff after hours when they went to bed. And still working. That's the thing, the other part is up.
Hmm.
Still
Yeah.
working,
Right.
Oh
Right.
you
my.
know.
So
Yeah.
that is a whole lot of, oh my goodness, a whole lot of different responsibilities. Like TJ, you have a family. Robin's at home, and then
Hmm.
Stephen has a mate that he has to worry about as well. Like
Right. Because
now,
my whole fear was that he would get infected because he had two
yeah,
people sick around him, but he never got sick. And
at
then me and
all.
his mom was just talking about that the other day, like that we think he's asymptomatic because he
Mm,
has not. He's been around a whole bunch of people and never got sick, nothing
wow.
at all. Period.
Hmm.
When I
It
say
is a
I'll
lot of
Crazy,
people
yeah.
like that. A lot of people are
Mhm.
asymptomatic. A lot of people.
listen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, I just want to, and I know this will probably spark a whole different conversation. I know Stephen and I have talked about it. What do you think about the vaccine?
Whew.
Oh,
Well, let me say this one
everybody's
first.
face.
Let me talk about this vaccine, okay? My
Okay.
problem is that you can turn a vaccine out that quick,
Mhm.
I don't want it.
and then you want to drop it over here in our neighborhood.
Mm-mm.
I don't think so. You ain't giving it to me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm good.
Yeah.
I want to
Nope.
see y'all, and I hate this. White people don't get mad at me, but I want to see y'all take it first.
Well, actually, what's going on is that unfortunately, the military and the elderly are the testing dummies, as along with the essential
Correct.
workers.
Yep.
Right
Correct.
now, they are
Mhm.
forcing them to take it. I have a sister-in-law who works as a nurse. She's got a BA in nursing, so she's a
Uh,
nurse.
Mhm.
And they told her, she might have her master's, but whatever. They told her you have to take it. If you're gonna work, you got to take it because you've
Oh,
been
yeah.
exposed, constantly exposed. You've had it once, and when she had it, she was down. She could.
oh
We had to
my.
take her twins from her. We had to
Yeah.
take her
Mhm.
kids from her. They hung out with us and hung out with grandma. And the crazy
Oh,
thing was, a week after she got over it, after her 14 days and she started to get better, grandma catch it.
oh no.
Mm.
Grandma, auntie catch it. And then, we were like, oh no, did the boys spread it? Da-da-da-da. You look up and we never got it then. And we got it from a whole nother situation. So,
Mhm.
uh, for a whole nother reason, beyond the Tuskegee experiments and me
Hmm.
feeling like you're trying to get black folks to be
Talk
out
about
here
that
and
one.
be these guinea pigs, to
Oh my.
me, I watch way too much late night TV and see all these major lawsuits fly across the board talking about, have you had this? Does this cause this in
Yeah.
your life? You had this
Uh,
version of cancer from this?
correct.
For those reasons right there, I'm not bothering the first round.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe the first
Exactly.
2 rounds. Like right now, school education is in a world of disarray, and my school has been doing virtual pretty much the whole time.
Hmm.
Mm.
So we've had a benefit. And one of the benefits has been we haven't had to be around those kids like that. But to the
Right.
same extent, when they start saying, "Hey, come back to school," or if I would say that most of our people in our community, because they won't release it into the general public for a year,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but when they release it in this year, that's still trial version number one. That's the one that's been
Exactly.
popped out so fast. It's going to have all the issues with it. It's gonna be like like I Am Legend making zombies and stuff. So
Exactly.
Right. Hello.
Running down the
I'm
street.
good.
That's scary.
And I ain't
I'm
gonna be
good.
one of the dummies running down the street. Okay.
Nope.
Mm-mm. I don't want to
Mm-mm.
be that one at all.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Because I mean, I read on it, and I know different people have different theories about it. But up to a certain point, I couldn't even take the flu shot. So I
Right.
don't want to play Russian roulette with my life right now.
Mm.
Exactly. I'm
And
good.
my
And then
thing is that you bring something out this quick, and the flu you ain't done nothing with that, and it's been around for how long? But all of a sudden, COVID. First, you quarantine 14 days, and then magically it's gone. I'm still trying to figure out where you get that pony from. But then you're gonna bring a vaccine for me to try, and you don't know what
Uh,
it's gonna do because it's not
that's
been
the key
truly vetted
point. They
and
don't
tested.
know. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
not been vetted or tested. So no, you're not gonna mass do no mass experiment. Okay, and I'm gonna be a part of it. Give
That
it to me after you done experiment on everybody, and I'm the last round of
yes,
people.
sir.
Okay,
Yes,
Exactly.
bottom line.
sir.
I had COVID before, and y'all didn't tell me about it. So I'm straight on you giving me some vaccine that you didn't tell me about until you start rolling into the truck.
Right.
oh, good.
I'm
My-
straight. I'm straight. I'm straight.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I'm good.
and the
Kamala
scary
can
thing
take
about
it.
She sure
yeah,
didn't.
I ain't
Mm-mm.
taking it.
Nope.
I'm sorry,
but
TJ. Go
the
ahead.
scary thing is like no, it's just so scary how it's like they popping it out without doing the proper testing
Mm-hmm.
because
Correct.
they want. I understand the world is crazy and we miss the way the world was, but
Mm-hmm.
like I said, you can have a better today and a worse tomorrow. I'm
Mm,
worried about tomorrow,
correct.
and there
Mhm.
it's like
It is.
you see.
This is
I
the
remember when
issue.
Trump had it. The next day he took something and was out. His eye was swollen up, looked like Chunk off the Goonies. I'm
Exactly. Talking
good.
about he was fine. Get out of here.
I'm
Get out of
good.
here.
He was being experimented on, and he's okay if that's what he want to do. Go right ahead, because you ain't got no brain cells anyway. So go ahead
At
and do
all.
that.
Man,
That's for you, President, but that's not for me.
At
And
all.
man.
it's just crazy to me how the world. We're not going back to what was normal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's already overdone. We're going to a new normal. This is a new normal. We're
A
not
new-
going back to horse and buggy. Kill that. We're not going back to what happened pre-COVID. This is post-COVID.
Mm-hmm.
We're dealing with different things. You're going to have to wear that mask for at least another year and a half.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
Let's get that in our mind. The mask is going to be staying on.
That's
It
true.
ain't just jumping off. And then you can't even control the vials that you got out there. The Kaiser one has to be frozen to almost Arctic
Exactly.
temperature.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. Who makes a drug like that? It's got to be
Yeah.
in the freezer until they insert it in you. Come on. What are you talking
Mm-mm.
about? I
That's
wish you would. I wish you
Because
would try to
what
get that
happens
and
when
put
it's
it in my
warm?
arm.
I'm good. I'm not
Right.
about to. No, I'm good. No.
What happens when it's
yeah.
warm? Exactly.
Exactly.
What happens to it?
Mm-mm.
I don't
Mhm.
know what
Dead
they
on the
trying to
spot.
prove.
I'm good.
I'm with you, Steve.
Exactly.
Gonna turn you into a
I am
zombie.
okay.
We're gonna be walking around looking like
Right.
a thriller
A
commercial.
Thriller, Michael Jackson.
I hope not.
Like, no,
Y'all
I'm
still be
not.
my friends, but if you look like that, I'm gonna have to just ooh.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna pray for you afar, okay?
I'm good. I don't want
Yeah.
no parts of it. No.
I'm not taking it. And me and my boyfriend talk about this a lot because we're going to be doing two different platforms. Me and him will have a shared platform, and I'm gonna have my own platform.
Okay.
Because I want to talk about a lot of stuff like I've been through other health issues, like Titus was saying too. So that's another reason why I won't take this vaccine,
The
as they
vaccine.
call it,
Yeah.
because I don't know how it's going to affect anything else. I
Exactly.
don't have time for that. Like Monique says, she has
Yeah.
asthma.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what it's going to do to you. They have no kind of proof on what it's going to do to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you out here
Yeah,
just
like
taking it. Oh, let's take it and see how it does. Because I don't want to wear a mask.
Mm-mm.
Craziness. Craziness.
The logic
nah,
is
I'm good.
And then you
The
had to have
logical
2
thought,
rounds of it, not just one, but 2
right?
rounds.
And
2
Robin,
rounds
if you
of
don't
the
take and if
injection.
you don't take it on time, then it may mess up the first round that you took,
Mm-mm.
Oh
right?
wow.
So the
I don't want it.
logistics is not there. We haven't talked nothing about thoroughly what
That's
does this
scary.
thing do?
Yeah.
That's
Nothing.
scary. You said if it doesn't take the first time, you have to take another one.
Basically, Monique, what they do is a time sensitive thing. So if you take it, say you take it tonight,
Mm-hmm.
then they're gonna schedule you to come back like in 2 months or something to take the second round. So say for some reason you can't make it to that second round,
Mm-hmm.
it may not be effective if you go and take it another day. So say you're supposed to take it tonight, your second round, but you missed it, and you take it tomorrow. The whole thing may not be effective. You don't even know. They have no
Right.
idea.
When I say that's double scary because, and
Yeah. So
then
you
if you
can
got side effects too, I mean, just
right.
thinking
Like
about.
Tiny said, watching TV at night, watching these drugs. Well, I'm taking it because I got an itch on my arm, but then I'm paralyzed on my foot and I
No, I'm
can't hear
good.
on my left
No.
ear.
I'm straight.
So what's the point?
Contact
I
your
got
physician
four.
if you notice
Right.
feelings up.
It's crazy. But isn't it crazy though? It's like I'm taking a drug for one thing and I got 4 of the things that happen to me, possibly a side
Hmm.
effect. Why do I want to
No.
take that?
Hmm.
I might as well just let my arm itch.
Yeah.
Yep. And the thing that kills me is they bold enough on these commercials to say, "Please stop taking it if you notice death occur." I'm like, death?
Please.
Right.
How you gonna notice
Well,
death occurring? You
I
dead.
think I think it's over by then. Okay.
Yeah, if you, how you gonna know, be able to respond and
Right.
notice
I'll
death
call your doctor if your leg is tingling. I
That's too
why
much.
why is my leg tingling from this drug?
Right.
in the first.
Right.
Mm-mm.
I was like, I don't have time. The drug industry is just way too
It's
expensive. I mean,
money.
just way too lucrative. That's the problem. Because Pfizer got paid. Y'all know
Oh, for
Pfizer got
sure.
paid.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Paid a
And
lot.
what's the other one called?
I don't know, but even that one is a mess. Like that one,
Right,
they say that one don't have to be frozen or whatever. You can just I
correct.
think just refrigerate it or something. But
Wow.
no, I don't want it.
But they suppressing the side effects on everybody taking it. It ain't just you do take it and you good. Oh, we took it
Hmm.
and nothing happened. I'm
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
like, come
And the
on
other
now.
part that scares me is because this is still a version of the common cold and the flu. When you take your flu shot, it makes you sicker.
It
Yeah.
does.
I'm
Correct.
good on that.
It does.
I'm
Right.
good on that. I'm good on thinking I'm doing something to make myself better and I go get sick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The thing I noticed last year, I took the flu shot. I think that made me susceptible to that COVID. I didn't take it this year.
And you're doing better without.
I am. I ain't got not one symptom. I have a little cough here and there because you wear that mask long enough and
Yeah.
breathing your own air in, you're going to have a little cough here and there. But no, I felt totally fine, haven't been down, nothing. Last year, I couldn't remember half the season because I was out
Oh wow.
from Thanksgiving to January 9th. I'm going to stress that again. I was that sick for that
Yeah.
long
That's a
Yeah.
long.
because they could not figure out what was going on with me and they was lying because I think they knew about COVID
They
way back
did.
then,
They did. Yeah.
You think they just
but they
didn't
didn't want to say nothing about it.
Yeah.
because they didn't take it serious then, and then it just blew out of proportion.
I
And
mean, the
then
Right.
start
president
blaming,
called it the Kung flu.
He's so ignorant.
right,
Of course, they didn't take it seriously.
but
It
stop
was a
blaming
Chinese
China because,
disease.
but
Chinese
they need to
disease.
stop blaming, but they let China over here and they let China buy up everything in America, didn't they?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yep.
So you brought it over here.
Yeah. I mean, you got a point there.
They don't like us talking real stuff because we all educated on here. We ain't dumb. We got
Mhm.
lots of degrees in between us. So it ain't you can't just push something on the TV and think I'm gonna buy it, because you selling
Mhm.
it.
Or
You
because
know.
you telling me it's gonna work.
Right. Oh, just take it. You guys, don't you want to get out the house? That whole hysteria of, oh, you cooped up in the house. Fine, I'll be cooped up in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
It'll be
And
I
that's one
okay.
of the
will.
things
Thank
that
you.
it makes you appreciate your family, you know, like one of the
Absolutely.
scary things
Yeah.
that we've talked about
That's true.
in like just different people in passing is that divorce is going to rise during this time because a lot of people can't stand who they with, and it
Huh.
makes you
They didn't like him in the
appreciate
first
having a
place.
loving household of people you love. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But because they
They
were
didn't like each
so
other
in such
in
a
the first
rudder,
place.
such a huh?
I said they didn't like
Yeah,
each other in the
and it
first
makes you
place. That's
appreciate the
the
fact
issue.
that you got people. Yeah, you appreciate the fact that you got people that love you and you love
Right.
that you can spend time with, that you know
Right.
are a joy.
Mhm.
Right.
Like my kids are so hilarious and so enjoyable. I thank God for 'em. My wife is such a wonderful person. You know, she put up with me,
Wow.
I put up with her. And you, other thing
Right.
about this too, the cool thing from a relationship standpoint is it lets you see what the other person was beefing about with you. You know, no relationship is
Right.
perfect, but you get to see yourself every day. Like, dude, she did just ask me to do that. I went back to
Right.
sleep. So,
Right. And it makes you strengthen your relationship because when March hit, we closed down March 17th at my job,
mhm,
Mm.
and I went back July 27th. So me and my boyfriend had a lot of time to spend together, and you know that can really wreck you. You know, we was in small spaces together.
yes, sir.
We like each other, and that's the thing is we're
Hmm.
friends first, and then we're
Yep.
in a relationship. You know, so we like each other. And we talk about that all the time. We like each other. Most relationships, they with each other either for you marry this person for stability, you marry them for you like having sex with them, you whatever the reason you with them. But it's so superficial and so surface
Hmm.
that when you gotta be confined with that person, it's gonna blow your whole spot up because you wasn't prepared for that person that longest standing amount of time. Of
Mhm.
course, me and him have disagreements, you know, because we're different people. He could be very serious at times. Monique, no, I could be real silly at times, or I could be very serious. You know, I
That's
could be
true.
either one. I'm either one of them people, and he could be silly sometimes, and we could be off, you know, off schedule with each other. But we just he be in the other room, I be in this room. We just decide we gonna squash it and laugh and keep it moving, you know. But we learned that our relationship is stronger in this COVID experience. And a lot of people I see they get divorced, they separated, they deactivate their Facebook pages from each other.
Yeah.
It's just like craziness. Like I'm like, the COVID did that, and y'all was married 20 years, 20
I've
years,
seen so much Facebook smoke over this whole
right,
COVID time. I'm
right,
talking about
Yes.
folks on here. I saw somebody, uh, trying to say it nicely. I saw somebody throw shade on their beautician. They
uh,
said they was getting divorced from their beautician, looking for somebody to do natural hair, and then went in about why they was mad at this joker. And I was like, man, not divorce the beautician, and just went
right.
in. And I put the eyeballs up. I'm just reading all the comments,
Right.
laughing and rolling. But this
It's
is
a
what's
whole lot of
happening. This is the
separation.
world.
A whole lot of separation because people are getting antsy, like you said, TJ, just being in the house. And I'm a homebody, but there was a time I'm like, look, I'm sick of the COVID. Okay, I'm sick of
Mhm.
sitting in here in the house, looking
Mm.
at the four walls. But I understood that it was a bigger thing than to be just being out. You know, to be
Yeah,
around you for what? I'm not trying to die. I had already
yeah,
experienced that COVID. I told you I got it beforehand. I wasn't trying to have that happen again because
Yeah.
that
yeah.
was a lot. I mean, it was a lot, y'all. I'm like, I could not. Going to the car was like a task. It was just like trying to
Yes.
get in the car and
Mm.
sit down and
Hmm.
then get out of the car. And, you know, even trying to go places like people like, come on, let's go to the store. That wasn't happening because, like, I just could not move. Like, or I was moving very slow. You know, like
Was it more
cars
so
sometimes.
your breathing? Like, was it your
Yeah,
breathing, body
yeah.
ache?
Monique, I have asthma underlying, and I had it as a child. And they say you
Oh,
grow out
like,
of it, but you never do. You never
oh,
really grow out of it. So it took that back. Like I was having asthmatic kind of
oh my
things
God.
going on with that COVID. Like
Mm.
it was, I really needed the breathing treatments because I was having these like it felt like it was just squeezing all the time, like squeeze, 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 and I
Wow.
couldn't hardly breathe.
So it was like you was having an asthma attack, like you was going into
A
one.
bad, a bad one. Like I needed an inhaler, like sitting right next to me at every second.
Oh my God.
Mm.
I mean, I take
Mhm.
mine, and it's, I guess, looking at what people has gone through, and just like I had told you before, like I had got sick in February, and I was down for a month. They never
Mhm.
said it was COVID, but I had all the symptoms.
Yep.
So I mean, but I just started taking breathing treatments. I even went about my own nebulizer because I was like, not today. All my
Yeah.
family, I can't
Right. You know, it's like
today.
Monique, you moved away from your family like I did. So luckily, I had my boyfriend at this time because I was living mostly like you, Robin. I would move
Yeah.
to a place and be by myself pretty much. I have
Yeah.
friends, and of course, I'm an alpha, so I have fraternity brothers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But my
Congratulations,
family,
man.
you didn't know that, TJ?
TJ, you late.
Nah, I'm super late.
TJ, I've been an alpha for a long time,
Yeah, man.
like over 15
Congratulations,
years.
man.
Yeah, like over 15
Congratulations.
years.
That's what's
Mhm.
up.
Yes, sir. I was always interested in alpha when I was at Wilberforce too. I was always close with them. I just didn't pledge there because I was trying to get my grades right because my grades was not right. Okay,
Yeah.
I was trying to
My grades
graduate.
was good till I crossed. Then it all went
I've
downhill.
heard that. I've heard that. Well, y'all
Well, this
did. They did
Kentucky
keep
State
y'all up.
fault.
They did have y'all up
Uh-uh.
late night.
No. While I was rolling, everything was cool. When I was rolling, I
Uh,
was out. You concentrate. You understand that you can't screw up. You can't. You got financial responsibilities. You got character and physical responsibilities, and you had academic responsibilities. I
Yeah.
was good in
mm.
all three of them areas. But the moment I got done, I told myself I'm gonna kick it. It was my sister's freshman
Ah,
year at Kentucky State. I still had friends at Ball State. I had friends at UC. Was up at Wright State all the time. Was over Central State well too often. I
He was
was
a world
on the
traveler.
road.
He was a
you
world
was traveling. You was traveling.
Mhm.
You was a traveling Sigma.
He
Say
was
the
a
least. To say
world.
the least. I was a traveling alcoholic back then too. But praise God for change.
Thank God
Right.
for deliverance. I don't do that no more either.
Mm.
Ooh.
The stories, the stories. All times we was talking about, how people used to, think all these things about me. Boy, I was everything but a child of God at Wilberforce.
Uh-uh.
You was a child of
See,
God. Call you that.
you
I
still a
wasn't a child
child of
of
God.
God. Look, I wasn't. Not then. They was like, everything. Stephen was everything. I said, oh, really? Let me hear the rest of the stories that I didn't
Uh-uh.
know about myself.
We have some comments on here, and I'm so sorry I didn't post any of them. Probably because
Yeah,
I'm
no
not on
problem.
the right link. But we got Quana Fox. She graduated with Robin and I believe. She says, "Hey, Woo family." Kisa Ely said
Hey,
hello.
Quana. Hey,
Um,
Kisa.
Quana also said, "Amen to your stories." Um, she also said that. So if you watch the replay, you probably can see it. I don't know why. Usually I can put the comments and feed, and then you can see them as they come along. Don't
Okay.
have any questions, but you do have a lot of amens because I mean, like for y'all to be able, I'm actually looking at people and know them personally that have survived.
Yeah.
Give me a
That's a
whole.
That's a blessing because it's like this year we know we've had so many deaths, and all of us have had personal experience with the death. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
up close and personal. Actually, I just heard of my one of my cousins passing away.
Mm.
Just recently.
Sorry about
So
that.
it's just it's crazy. It's just like I want to get to the finish line. I want to get to 2021. Okay, I want to see it.
Man.
The
Yeah.
next thing I want to see is the eviction of Donald Trump. I'm ready for it.
Got to
I
go.
said the sheriffs can come get him. Okay, if need be.
He got to go.
He got to go. Eviction of Donald Trump. 1/20/21. I'm ready for it.
Got to go.
Why am I the only one on the screen? I don't see nobody.
Why you gonna put me on? You was
I'm
talking.
like, huh? Why am I the only one on the
Why I
stage
get the
here?
spotlight? Why I gotta be Beyonce?
Mm-mm.
Right. I like the ensemble. I like the group.
Absolutely.
But no, I really, really appreciate this hour and I went by fast.
I
I
know, right?
really appreciate you all for sharing your COVID stories. Like I remember calling Robin and she was like, "No, I don't want to talk." I'm like, "Girl, you got to tell people about this because nobody will believe it." And
Right.
then I fussed at TJ when he told me his experience because I'm like, "My mom and daddy there. You could have asked somebody who would have came over and helped. They might have sent something. They might not have came because my parents are old." And then Steven, I'm like, "I didn't sent you some Lysol. What's going on? You didn't tell me this was going
Right. Right.
Well,
She'll send
Steve
me some
didn't know what it
Lysol.
was then, because his stuff happened
I
before it was
Yeah.
I
acknowledgement of
didn't.
COVID.
I didn't. It was crazy
But for
because I was
me,
like, I don't know what was going on.
Yeah,
yeah, for me, I can say that folks in my church stepped up big time. Now,
that's
true enough, about 10 or 12 of us got it all at the same time, but I looked up, one lady called me and said, "Hey, they're about to deliver your dinner." I said, "What?" I said,
Oh
"TJ,
wow.
go answer the door." They had put the delivered dinner. Like she had delivered from dinner from Fazoli's for the whole family. So we didn't have to cook
wow.
Oh
that night.
wow.
We got to the point where we just put so many people said we're gonna drop this off, drop that off. And my goddaughter's parents were the first ones that did it. They just like, "Oh man, I already got COVID. All right, I'm gonna come through and get stuff." And they said it, I was like, "Huh?" Because once again, I'm asymptomatic. I still feel like ain't nothing wrong with me.
Ain't
I
nothing
just can't
wrong.
smell, can't taste. And look up, and they brought like a whole big 2 bags of groceries with a whole bunch of orange juice. I'm like, "I love orange juice, so that's what's up." And we put a little TV tray on the front door, and we just almost every other time we open the door, it had food or something on it. So you
Oh
look
my,
Oh
up, and
wow.
it was really a blessing to see so many people come through and just
that is
look out.
And I want to kind of piggyback on what TJ is saying, especially with me having to deal with it by myself and me just being here.
yeah.
Your support team is very important when you're going through this. And I was down for
That's
like
true.
what, maybe 4 weeks.
Mhm.
So your support team is very important. And my mom and
Hmm.
my aunts and my friends, they were constantly coming over, dropping off food, and they couldn't come in, but it's just your support team has to be important. It has to.
Hmm.
That's what's going to get you through. And with
Mhm.
Right.
me, again, being here by myself, it was, you're dealing with, kind of sadness or depression, however you want to call it, because you
Mhm.
legit can't go nowhere. You can't do anything. So
Right.
a phone call or dropping off some food or just saying, "Hey, how you doing?" Is what really helped me get through quarantine, and not only quarantine, but being sick and realizing that, oh my God, I have COVID. I'm one of those numbers or whatever. But another hard part, um, for me going through that was the people that you expect to be there, they weren't there.
Wow.
So on top of dealing with being sick and having COVID
Mm.
and trying to process, am I gonna make it? Am I gonna do this or whatever? You expect certain people to be there and they weren't.
Yeah.
So 2020 has been a year of eye openings and realizing who's on your team and who's not on your team. Um, I hate that I had to go through it, while I was sick, but
Mhm.
God can use any situation to gain, to open your eyes and help you to see things. But for me, I was blessed because family, um, my mom, hey, they was calling, even my friends coming over, dropping off stuff. You can't go nowhere again because you don't want to give it to nobody else. So for somebody
Right.
to have to come over every single day to say, "Here, we want to make sure that you're eating," that's a blessing.
That
That's
is.
a
That is.
that's a that's a
That is.
tremendous blessing.
That
So
is.
And I had a homeboy look out because one of the things that got me through COVID was Game of Thrones.
Oh, I love
So
that show.
I had never
I
watched it
love that.
before. He was like, "Huh, bro?" Because first I was like, I was talking to him. He's like, "Huh, here's something to do. Start Game of Thrones." I was like, "I ain't got no apps or no HBO, nothing like that." He gave me his password for
man,
HBO Max,
Wow.
and that was so clutch. Because I'm on season 7. I'm almost done with season 7 now. So
I thank you.
Okay.
I'm still getting clown because I don't have Amazon and Amazon Prime, and I'm still getting clowned with my friends.
You
They
don't need
still
it. All you
ain't
gotta
nobody
do
get
is
a
have somebody
password
share a
yet, but
password. There you go.
They
They
give
share
you
their
that password.
password.
That's that money, baby. It costs
That
money because
right.
I
if
got
you
all
got
access.
Netflix, we got Netflix.
Okay.
You got Amazon Prime, we got Amazon Prime. I'm telling you.
You still acting like
Exactly.
you on campus. That's
Exactly.
the campus mentality.
Right.
Right.
That's a Wilberforce mentality.
We
It
all got
works.
it.
Exactly. But yeah, my Robin, to what you were saying, I learned a long time ago because I was a loner pretty much.
Mhm.
And I almost died after my mom passed away. Y'all know about my
Mhm.
mom died about 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And I totally lost my mind. And I wound up getting pneumonia real bad to where it almost killed me.
Mm.
And
Mm.
nobody was hardly there, but some of my select family, some of my friends. I didn't disclose this, so I can't get mad at Mo. Mo has been on me for a long time, but I would never get mad at her because she didn't know, so she
Mm.
couldn't do nothing.
Mhm.
I don't get mad at people when they don't know, but the ones that know and they claim they love you and care about you and they don't show up, it just let
Exactly.
me know that you don't have no space in my universe, in my world. So I
Mm.
Yeah.
just cut you off, and I don't hate them.
Yeah.
I don't be like, oh, screw this one or that one. I just don't have nothing to do with you, because
Yeah.
at the
And
end of the
yeah.
day,
Yeah.
That's
And you don't even have to say it. I mean, again, for me, being here by myself, it just opened my eyes to a lot of things. So, I
mhm,
don't have to do the whole ranting and raving. Just
mm.
know that I took
exactly,
notes. I saw who was
right,
there. I saw who
right,
wasn't. I saw who was calling.
Yeah.
right.
So I mean, everything happens for a reason.
Like
So,
you said, Robin, keep that same energy. Y'all
yeah.
Mm.
love me when I'm making you laugh and when I hang out
Mm-hmm.
and go to the club, but when I'm sick, I can't get a phone call. Okay,
Yeah.
then you
Mm-hmm.
don't mean nothing to me,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
just the facts to it. Like, God bless you. Continue on your journey, and I'll continue on mine.
Exactly.
Because I was mad at all three of y'all low key. Because I was like, they didn't tell me nothing. I didn't even know
Yeah. I
they.
didn't, I didn't say anything.
Mo
But I
Mo
was
knows
so
this about me. Like, if you ask me a direct question, I'll tell you. But
yeah.
a lot of time I don't like to burden people because I feel like we all are grown. We all got our things going on.
Mhm.
So I'm not gonna burden you with my situation. But I appreciate that you do care about me. Trust
Mm-hmm.
me. I don't always show it like that, but I do appreciate it because I know you care about me, Monique. We go back
We
since
go back.
the swing
Old
set.
flat
What I'm
on a
saying? We
Cadillac.
go back. Hey, hello, right
Yeah.
back in the dating days.
We back to
We
Jerry Curl
that's
day.
far back, way back.
Woo,
Greek
very good.
Kool-Aid, family
Right,
reunions,
the cool, right.
warning me
Sitting on
about
the
who
front
not to
porch,
date because I was dating
right.
stalkers.
Mm-mm.
We go back so far as when we had to sit on the porch when the street light came on, all that
Exactly.
stuff. Okay,
Go back around the corner.
we
Get Westwood.
round the corner,
Jesus.
so we go back that far.
Yes,
You
I mean,
know,
I can say that I've always been caring about my friends, and each of you all, your story touched me so much. That's why I was like, oh no, we got to plan it. And I know we had planned it last week. I was like, no, we still doing it because
Mm.
right, right,
seeing is believing. Like I can't tell
Yeah.
anybody how to feel about having COVID because I haven't had it. But if somebody can watch somebody who actually went through it, they
Hmm.
might rethink a lot of things, especially somebody, y'all might have inspired somebody because I'm looking in the comments. Hey, Ariana Murray. But looking in the comments that I'll go back and post later, a lot of Wu fam is like, wow, we didn't know this.
right,
So,
right.
it's really important. And one thing that I can say COVID has done is it has brought a lot of us closer.
Right.
Absolutely.
A
That's
lot
true.
of us
Yeah.
closer. Like
Absolutely.
sometimes have private Zoom meetings just because I haven't seen people in a while. Hey, how you doing? Everything all right?
Right, right.
Like you said, I live way in Texas. Most of my family is in Ohio, Michigan, spread across up that way, Atlanta. So
Yeah.
for me, sometimes when I get homesick, I'm like, let me put on something that remind me of home.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
See their face, or
And what's crazy is that my boyfriend, he's also from Ohio too, from
oh wow,
Lorraine, Ohio.
oh wow.
But he moved down here and lived down here most of his life. So
Mhm.
we talk about dating all the time, and going down there to visit my auntie.
Oh,
So once the COVID is kind of, because she's older, so I don't want to be trying to
Yeah.
invade her space, and she's older, and I don't know if I'm still, symptomatic or not. We don't know. They don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
you know.
The
So I
last
don't
thing
want
I
to
wanted to
expose her.
leave,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, Steve. No, the last thing I wanted to say about COVID is if you get COVID, please get up and move around. Do not lay
Right,
down. You have
right.
to move so it doesn't settle in your chest. That's the most important thing that a lot of people are not aware of. That's how you get pneumonia. That's how you get, you have to go to the hospital, get on the vent. I know, when you have it, you're tired and you don't want to move around, but it is extremely important that you
Mm,
move around. You have to move around.
That's true.
that's
I
something
also
I
stay very hydrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
didn't know that
And
you
one
had
of the
this.
Yep.
things my family has started to do during this COVID times is we still have our Xbox 360. That was 2 video game systems ago. But right
Yeah.
now, for folks who might be shoestring budgeting, so what? You can
Right.
go
Right.
spend $50, get your 360,
That's true.
and then
Yep.
go buy some of them Just Dance video
Yes.
games. And
Oh,
Yes.
now
Oh
that's
yeah.
your
Mm,
aerobic activity for the day. And
that's
it's fun
right.
because it's a family time event.
Hmm.
Everybody trying to dance and everything else, but you're moving around, you're getting that exercise.
You got
You
to
know.
move.
That's
you
You
got.
got
true.
to move.
I have a Nintendo Switch and it kills me daily.
Hey, you do whatever. I don't care if it's walking back to the kitchen, getting some water, getting something. You got to move. You cannot lay
Yeah.
around. You got to move.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to do this, we have, used our whole time. Do
Oh,
you have
Yeah.
anything that you want to tell people, like one best practice that helped you survive? Like if they would mute it out, I would kind of like play Survivor by Destiny Child because I'm like they survived it and they still keeping going. So
Right.
what's the one best practice that you would leave with somebody?
All right. I'm gonna lead off with this one. I'm a DJ, so I understand the club. Get
Right.
out the club. I'm sick of
Hello.
seeing y'all in the club.
Get out the
I've lost a
club.
bunch of money not spending during this time of the year, not doing weddings, not doing birthday parties, not doing nothing because it's not safe.
Mhm.
Get out the club. Learn to have fun at your house or your apartment or whatever you got. Get
Right.
out the club. That's all I got to say.
Oh,
mm.
goodness. TJ, you got a whole bunch of hearts for that comment.
Get out the club. And I like to say, get out the mall. Okay? You ain't going nowhere to wear the outfit, but to the club that TJ just told you to get out of. So get out the
Get out the
mall.
club.
Oh my God. Okay, well, both of
Uh,
y'all guys got a slew of hearts, so there's some people that agree with you.
They know it's the truth. What you going to buy at the mall?
Sit down somewhere. Yeah.
Sit
Man,
down.
I think,
Man,
I think
keep that
mine
money.
will probably be uh, be still. Be still and enjoy your life. Be grateful that you're alive. And do something
Absolutely.
to empower yourself. Do something for yourself. And wear your mask and be still. Be still, wear your mask, and be grateful. Be grateful that you're alive. Be grateful that your loved ones are alive. Just be grateful. Grateful will take you very far.
That
So
is
just
true.
enjoy the fact that you're alive and you're well and you're healthy, and that your friends and your family are alive and well and healthy. Enjoy life.
I think that was a great one.
Yeah, that was all three of us. Like got a whole slew of hearts. So when you watch it on the replay, you'll probably be like, "Oh wow." Um, I, I'm sorry, Stephen. I am one of those that go to the store. Walmart was like my hangout, but I got smart with it. I
Right.
start I start ordering it and picking
Don't get
one
but
shopping.
don't get me wrong. But don't get me wrong, Monique. Going to Walmart, you need essential stuff. You got to leave the house. So I'm talking
Okay.
about going to Macy's, Bloomingdale's. Where are you going to show the outfit? But to
Where
the
you
club that you need not to be at.
Okay, you got a point there. Maybe we
You
just start
know,
our video.
right? That's a whole separate video to talk
a
about that I
whole
can
separate
rant about
video.
that for a whole hour. Okay, I can go for a whole hour on that one.
Oh my God, I can't with y'all. I truly, truly appreciate you all giving me your time on a Sunday. Please note that you can always go back and watch the replay. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing your story, your success story, because like Stephen said, we all are educated with multiple degrees.
Hello.
Hello, somebody, and we're
Mhm.
young, black, and gifted.
That's hello.
Absolutely.
Better take all this knowledge while you can, and it's free.
It's free. Keyword free.
The
Free
next time
now.
I may
Man.
charge. Look, it might be charging next time for this information.
Mhm.
So no, I
Absolutely.
truly, truly thank you for coming today. Like I said, if you are commenting, you are entered into a raffle. I wish I could keep the prizes myself. The guests are also
Right.
in the raffle, but I can't. It is for Echo. What did I say it was? Hey, Amazon.
Fire
You said it was three Amazon products.
Yeah,
One Fire Stick, and there was something else you said.
the Echo Show. It's something with a screen. I think Alexa.
Oh,
It's that.
okay.
You know.
Is that the picture one?
Yes.
Don't get me started on Alexa. All right.
Right.
How you
I'll
giving away
talk
so
to
much
Alexa.
what you giving people?
Right.
Can't do it.
I don't know
I
what it
don't
is.
want it.
Surprise. What's the prizes, lady? What's the prize?
So I see.
Nope.
Every time family come on here, I just have to let my hair down, and y'all just do too much each time. It was like that with Desmond. It's like that with Jamie. Y'all just can't act right. Woo fam, I'm gonna have to ban y'all. I won't do that. I love it.
This is gonna be your best ratings because we still kept it on topic. We kept it on topic.
Mm-mm.
But this is a family
Oh, wow.
reunion. You know, we ain't seen each other in a while, so we gotta
A
catch
long
up.
time. Yeah.
You gotta go
Yeah.
help me.
But we still
Okay.
took care of business all under an hour.
Absolutely.
So the prizes are again. I have an Amazon Echo Show. I got a
Are we
white one
sure?
and a black and a Fire Stick. I'm positive this time.
Okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. Next Sunday, we do have a guest coming on that is from Pennsylvania. If you notice, one thing that is unique about A Better Chance for Youth Futures Incorporated, we always expand out. I do have people from Texas, but I just feel it's more meaningful when they can see that we reach across the nation versus just inside our 8-block radius. So thank you all again, and catch us on the replay. Hit a like, hit a share, hit a love. Most important, congratulate all 3 of my friends because they survived COVID, and I'm so happy for them that they are on this side of heaven.
Absolutely. See you guys later.
COVID.
Peace. Love y'all. Take care.
Bye.